Chama. 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 Poetan's back. Young Pastey's back, a.k.a. the white boy wonder. Peep the whiteness here. This is what we're doing today. Breaking down UFC 307, Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. This card is stacked, y'all. We got about 13 fights. I'm going to break down every single fight. I'll give you my pick. Then after all the picks have been made, we'll go into the bet section. Everyone's favorite section because that's where we make the money. And guess what? Recapping UFC Paris picks. We went 10 out of 14. Bets. We profited 0.7686 units. So basically a 3/4 of a unit. Hey, profit. I ain't going to complain because last time we lost half a unit. So we're back. We're making money. And we move on to the next card to do it again. Now, just to recap UFC Paris very quickly. A couple of our dogs hit. Chris Duncan, Daniel Barez, who became a dog. We actually bet him at minus 135, but hey, he won. And lastly, Farazim. So we hit on 3 dogs, technically. Brendan Allen, fuck you. What the fuck happened there? Damn. Too many takedowns you shot that sucked. I mean, you won the first round, but got fucked up for the next 2. So that was just bad to watch. Next, Joe Anderson Brito. Robbed. Straight robbery. Wee woo, wee woo. Call the police. Because my boy Joe Anderson Brito got robbed. This was some fresh fuckery. I knew some bias was going to come in. Unfortunately, it was against me. So he got robbed. We all know it. It would have made my day way better if he would have won. But it is what it is. And then lastly, Benoit Saint Denis. Damn! Money Moicano fucked you up for 5 minutes and you could barely see. I mean, what can I say? I was just completely wrong. I think that fight would have looked a little different if he didn't get taken down and fucked up for 5 minutes. Damn, it was literally like 20 seconds in. And then he could not get up for the life of him. He tried so hard to get up, but ultimately couldn't make it. Look, you can see his face right there. So fucked up. The doctor called it off, so. Anyway, after all is said and done, got more picks right than wrong, and we won some money. So, again, we can't complain. And then we move on to UFC 307 in beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. So let's get to it. First fight on the card. Here we go. Let me flip my notes because I got a bunch of them. All right. We got Court McGee, a.k.a. The Crusher, versus Tim Means, a.k.a. The Dirty Bird. Woohoo! Wow. Let's just say, what a fight to start the card. I wouldn't say it's a banger. I wouldn't say it's a great fight. When you look at these guys, they're both very old when it comes to UFC age, 39 and 40. I mean, look at these guys' records, 22 and 13 and 33 and 16. It's lots of freaking fights there. That's almost 100 fights they have done between the both of them in their careers. So that's pretty impressive and pretty crazy. Anywho, Tim Means and Court McGee. Wow, this is just a shitty fight. I mean, is this someone's retirement fight? It honestly should be both of their retirement fights. These guys have been sucking it up for the last 5 fights. Tim Means, 4 losses in his last 5 fights. Court McGee, 3 losses in his last 5 fights. Coming off a 3-fight losing streak. Tim Means technically won 2 fights ago, but I wouldn't say it was very impressive. Right? Now, breaking down this fight here, these guys are UFC vets, okay? They're pretty well versed in pretty much everything. I don't see this fight going to the ground because I don't think they want to exert that much energy. I think it's just going to be a striking battle. And if that is what we're going to end up having, then I'm going to be leaning Tim Means. I think he's the better striker. I think he's quicker. I think he's faster. I think he's more violent. I've seen Court McGee's past few fights, and he's looked sluggish. I'm not going to lie. Now, when it comes to these odds here, this is crazy, all right? I think this should be more close to a pick'em. But, I mean, what are we doing here? Plus 195 for Court McGee? Minus 240 for Tim Means? Some crazy, crazy odds. Again, I really think this should be closer to a pick'em. I do agree with Tim Means being the favorite, but damn, minus 240. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Pretty wide for what we got going on in this fight. But the pick is Tim Means. We got the dirty bird. We're going to flap away with the victory here. Tim Means, let's go. Tim Means is the pick. Minus 240. Crazy, but nevertheless, he is who we're rolling with. Next fight on the card. Next fight on the card. Carla Esparza versus Tecia, formerly known as Torres, but now Pennington. Plus 145 for Esparza, minus 175 for Pennington. Now, first off, I want to say these girls have some cool nicknames. Carla, the Cookie Monster Esparza. Where is that coming from? You're the Cookie Monster? They call you the Cookie Monster? That's crazy. Tecia, the Tiny Tornado Pennington. The Tiny Tornado. I kind of like that. I don't mind that. Now, breaking down this fight. I just want to say, what disrespect do we have for Carla Esparza here? She is an underdog in this fight? Are you kidding me? It's crazy. She's just coming off a title fight. Am I wrong? With that Chinese girl. I don't know how to say her name, but she's super freaking good. And she won the belt against Rose. She also beat Rose prior. And if you look at all the fights and all the competition Carla's been up against, it is much more superior and elite than what Tecia's been up against. And let's be honest, man, Tecia does not have a very good record in the UFC. Are we going to doubt Carla because she took a couple years off? Are we going to give so much love to Tecia because she's Raquel Pennington's wife? Now, let me say this. I'm rooting for Tecia, okay? She's a hometown hero for me. She's from Colorado. Are you kidding me? I'm rooting for Tecia. But when it comes to the pick, I'm sorry. Carla Esparza is much better than people think in this fight. Don't write her off because she took 2 years off. The experience, the grappling, the striking's okay. I'm going to give Tecia the edge on the striking, but yeah, Carla is much better on the ground, and I think that's where this fight's going to head. Anywho, Carla Esparza is the pick. Give me the dog. Carla Esparza. I think she gets the win. I think it'll be over 2.5 rounds, so that's a good prop to look at. Those are not out yet. Definitely not. Okay, too early in the week. But something to look at, and this is why you need to follow me on Twitter, because I always drop picks and additional bets on there for fights that people dropped or come back in. Or if I see something that, these props aren't out yet. So if a prop drops and I like it, then I might add it to my plays. So again, peep the Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. That's where I post everything when it comes to my updates on my bets and my picks. Anyway, Carla Esparza is the pick, and we move on to the next fight. Wow. I will say, this is definitely early prelim worthy. We got Ryan Superman Spann, a.k.a. on a 3-fight losing streak, versus Ovince St. Preux, a.k.a. OSP. Woo, OSP still fighting, bro, at 41. 27-17. This dude's been fighting forever. He's got a super weird fight style. It's very unorthodox. You really never... You seen Michael Venom Page fight, right? He's just like crazy all over. This is kind of like the older, bigger version of him, I would say, if we're going to have a comp anywhere. Anyway, OSP, very tricky. Has knockout power, has submission... how do I say it? Very good at submissions. Ryan Spann's on a 3-fight losing streak. I'm not going to go into OSP records. I think he's win, lose. More losses probably, right? But wee woo. What's that? That's the no bet alarm going off. I am not betting this fight. The pick is going to be Ryan Spann because he's younger. I think he has more power, and he should win this fight. He should win this fight, right? But I'm not paying minus 370 for Ryan Spann, who I have zero faith in, who the last 2 times I've bet on him has fucked me. Fuck you, Ryan Spann. You may lose this fight. Some props to look at, guys. Props to look at. On the OSP side of things, if you're looking to fade Ryan Spann. OSP by KO or OSP by submission. Just a couple to look at. I think the fight will actually go over 2.5 rounds. And I think Ryan Spann will win by decision. I believe that's how it will go. But you never know with OSP, and Ryan Spann's a letdown, bro. So give me Ryan Spann as the pick. Again, wee woo, no bet alarm. Do not bet on this fight. Don't do it. Don't. We move on. Next fight on the card, we got Austin Hubbard, a.k.a. Thud, versus Alexander Hernandez, the Great Ape. Now, I've looked on most of the books, and we don't really have any odds, but this is what I believe they are according to BetOnline. This is what I found and scooped up. They got Hubbard at plus 180 and Hernandez at minus 210. Now, regardless of the odds, the pick's going to be Austin Hubbard. Now, why is that? I think Austin Hubbard has a little more motivation to be fighting well. And look, this is what I say. This is what I mean by this. Austin Hubbard was in the UFC, got kicked out, won 2 fights, went on to the Ultimate Fighter, lost the championship on the Ultimate Fighter, but got a contract into the UFC. And here we are. Alexander Hernandez hasn't had that, but he's been very streaky. His wins have come against shitty competition. His losses have come against mid-tier to pretty good fighters. So what this fight kind of is to me is Austin Hubbard, are you UFC worthy? Prove it, man. If you can beat Alexander Hernandez, sure, you're UFC worthy. Let's get you some better fights. So I think that's what the UFC is doing here. I believe Austin Hubbard's going to come out with the win. He has pretty good striking. He can grapple. He can wrestle. Alexander Hernandez has, I believe they're very similar in style. I think Hernandez is a little more technical. I mean, they have they're very identical in height, weight, age, reach, stance. I mean, look at all their stats. Pretty much identical, man. However, I got Hubbard. We got another dog. Now, I can't, and I didn't bet it because there are no odds anywhere. I couldn't find them anywhere. So something to look on my Twitter for. Austin Hubbard, plus 180 is what I found. But I believe he is going to win this fight. So Austin Hubbard, you are the pick. We move on. Next fight on the card. Next fight. Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Potieria. Cesar Almeida, 5-1. A minus 400 favorite. Pretty wide for only 6 fights in the UFC. And we got Ihor at plus 300. Let me say this right now. Everyone's going to talk about Cesar beating Alex Pereira in a kickboxing match. And look, I am going to give credit where credit's due. That is pretty impressive because you can see what he's doing right now. Look at Poatan. Look at Poatan. He is out here crushing shit, man. So it's nice to have on your record, right? A win against somebody like that. Anywho, if there is any threat of this fight going to the ground, Cesar Almeida is in deep waters, and we have seen it. Last fight against Roman Kopylov, got his ass whooped for 3 rounds with those takedowns. Now, I will say, when they were on the feet and striking, he was clearly fucking up Kopylov and clearly had the striking advantage. Now, I went through Ihor's fight history and rolled some tape on him, and it seems to me like he's become more of a striker, and I believe this fight will stay on the feet. But if you're looking to fade Cesar, Ihor by submission or Ihor by decision, some props to look at. He's not knocking Cesar out. If anyone's getting a knockout here, it's Cesar against Ihor, because he's got some heavy hands, he's got some power, and you'll see. He's a little shorter than him, and you guys will actually see when they come to fight. Cesar is a little smaller, and I've seen he's smaller than most of his opponents, honestly. But don't doubt the power. Don't let it go over your shoulder. Don't let it slip out of your mind. This guy is a stud, and that's who the pick is. Cesar Almeida. Again, I think the fight's gonna stay on the feet. Cesar has the clear advantage if the fight does stay on the feet. I think Ihor does not and will not have the game plan of taking Cesar down. But if he does, again, Cesar's in deep waters. But if he can get up, if he can, not get taken down, if his takedown defense can hold up and he can keep the fight on the feet, he's got the clear advantage. He may get the knockout, or he may go to decision. So again, Cesar Almeida is the pick. Does he got a nickname? Cecina. Ihor is the duelist. Okay. Kind of a lame nickname. Oh, you're from Ukraine too? I'm not even going to say too much. Anyway, move on to the next fight. We got Marina Rodriguez versus Iasmine Lucindo. Lucindo, very young woman, 22 years old. We have a 15-year age gap in these fighters. Marina's 37. What are the nicknames? No nicknames. I have no nicknames. Wow. This is going to be a good fight. I think this is going to be a big test for Lucindo. You're going up against a UFC vet here who is primarily a striker. And I think Lucindo can hold her own in the striking against Marina. But if this fight gets taken to the ground, I think Lucindo has the clear advantage as well. Not to say Marina can't hold her own. And dang, they're both Brazilian. You know I love my Brazilians, guys. Who are we picking? We're picking Lucindo. Man, that age difference is crazy. It is 15 years. Nuts. I got the younger fighter in this. I don't care about the height difference. I don't care. I mean, the reach is pretty much the same. But Iasmine is going to come with volume. She may mix in some takedowns. I think she's the better fighter. I think she has a better gas tank. And I think we see in late round 2, round 3, you'll see she's going to be the fresher fighter, and Rodriguez is going to be kind of breathing heavy. I got Lucindo in this fight here. We move on. Minus 175. Actually, before we move on, minus 175 is a little... That's at the tippy top of where I would ever bet a money line bet. So I don't know. We may have to, we'll talk about the bets in the bet section, but I think I might combo her with somebody else. Anyway, we move on to the next fight. Stephen Wonderboy Thomson versus Joaquin Buckley, the new Mansa. This is a good fight here. This is going to be a good fight. I don't know why it's in the prelims. This shit should be on the main card. I'm going to give both of these guys their flowers right now because they deserve it. Stephen Thomson, a.k.a. the Wonder Boy, UFC vet, fought for the title. He's been there, done that. He's a good fighter. He's a good striker. And he's 41. He's 41, guys. Joaquin Buckley coming off a 4-fight win streak. Against some pretty good competition. And his losses are also against pretty good competition. I think this Buckley guy is on the rise. I think he has power. I think his striking is amazing. I think Stephen Thomson is on his way out. I think Wonder Boy is about to be Slumber Boy. Okay? Look out for Mr. Buckley coming through with a knockout or a bunch of punches to the face to land him on the ground and get a little ground and pound knockout. Okay? The knockout for Buckley is live AF. Okay? I don't know what the number is, but keep it in mind, keep it in the back of your head. Buckley by KO. I think that's very likely here. I think that's very likely. Wonder Boy, on his way down. Buckley on his way up. Buckley's the pick. This is going to be a good fight. They're going to throw down. There will be blood. But the blood will be on Wonder Boy's face. Stephen Thompson's face. Maybe a little bit on Buckley's face from the blood that's leaking from Wonder Boy's face. I hope for blood. I hope for knockouts. I hope I go, ah! This is what this fight should bring. Buckley's the pick. Next fight. Oh, Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. Dude, Kevin Holland is fighting damn near 4 times a year. That is crazy. He's making some cash. So shouts to Kevin Holland. And he always brings out and puts on a great performance. So Kevin Holland, shouts to you for fighting so damn much and putting on some good fights. But he's going up against Roman Dolidze. Now I want you guys to look at his last few fights, all right? Losses. Nasruddin Imavov. Pass. I'm going to give him a pass for that. Vettori. Pass. And then knockouts in a unanimous decision over Anthony Smith. This is a prove-it fight for Dolidze. Okay? This is a prove-it fight. You're going up against a UFC vet in Kevin Holland, even though he's 31. You're 5 years older than him, and he has, what, twice the amount of fights as you? That's crazy. But Kevin Holland hasn't really looked the greatest. I feel like he's past his prime. He's journeyman status, man. He will never break or enter the top 5. I don't think he's ever going to get a title shot. I think he's here to put on good fights and collect checks. And that's okay with me. That's okay with me. But I think Dolidze comes through and puts on a good 3-round fight, a hard round, I think he puts on a good performance for 3 rounds. I think it's a hard-fought decision. Roman Dolidze over Kevin Holland is my pick. Roman by decision, even Roman by knockout. Dude has power, man. The dude has power. Don't let the reach advantage from Holland fool you. Dolidze is going to close the distance, okay? Kevin Holland is sneaky, though. So for you degenerates out there that are looking to fade me, a prop you may want to look at. Kevin Holland by submission. Now, if we're looking at the odds here, plus 140 for Dolidze, minus 170 for Holland. I'm going with the dog, man. Give me Dolidze. Give me Dolidze by knockout or by decision. This is going to be a good fight. Shouts to Kevin Holland for fighting so damn much. But we got Dolidze as the pick. Next fight. Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one, guys. The pick is Kayla Harrison. She is dominant. She's going to take Ketlen Vieira to the ground. She's going to wrestle her. She's going to beat her up for 3 rounds. That's what it's going to be. She's a beast. She's steamrolling her way to a title shot and probably will win. Again, I'm not going to put too much time or thought into this analysis because that's what is going to happen. Kayla Harrison wrestling Ketlen Vieira for 3 rounds. She will be on top. She will get strikes in, and she will win the fight by decision. Next fight. A main card worthy fight. Yes, sir. Jose Aldo versus Mario Bautista. Wow. Great fight here. Great fight here. Jose Aldo back in the UFC. Comes out and gets a hard-fought win last time. And he looked really damn good. A lot of people faded him because they thought, oh, he's too old. He doesn't have it. Boy, Jose Aldo still got it. He still got it. After how many freaking title fights? 11 title fights in a row? Something like that. He has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has the power. He is going to get this taken care of. Now, Mario Bautista on a 6-fight win streak. Pretty nice. But I'd say maybe 3 or 4 of those fighters, subpar fighters, probably not even fighting the UFC anymore. So I really don't put too much humph into them. You know what I mean? Too much humph into them. The threat we have here is Mario Bautista by wrestling and submission threats to Jose Aldo. But, I mean, let's be honest, brother. Let's be honest. Jose Aldo is experienced on the ground. He can defend these takedowns. I think he is going to slice and dice and box this motherfucker up, defend all the takedowns. Not going to knock out. I don't think he has knockout power anymore, to be honest with you. But he's still strong as fuck. He can take a hit, too. All right? So if there's some little exchanges where they get in some brawls and Mario Bautista gets a couple good licks on him, he's not falling down. If he does, he's getting right back up. Jose Aldo's a tough motherfucker. Okay? Give me Jose Aldo. Give me the dog. Plus 120. I think we got better odds on other books. I don't know. But Jose Aldo is the pick. He's going to get this taken care of. This will be a good fight. We move on. Next fight. To the women's bantamweight title fight. Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. Pennington at minus 180. Pena at plus 150. Pena hasn't fought in 2 years. Pena has not fought in 2 years. Granted, her last loss was to Amanda Nunes. So, which was a 5-round fight. And I believe Nunes laid it down on her. She looked real good. Nunes looked real good there. Now, the pick. Wow. The pick here. I mean, it's Raquel Pennington. Come on now. She's a beast. She's from Colorado. She's from my home freaking town. Come on now. I can't go against my hometown hero. Raquel Pennington is the pick. Okay? Now, I know I faded her wife. That's a different fight, though. This is this fight. Now, the reasons I'm picking her. Takedown defense, extraordinary. Striking, extraordinary. I don't believe Pena will... look, I'll give her maybe 1.5 rounds of getting Pennington to the ground. But Pennington is good on the ground. She's going to work her way back up and get back to striking where she really thrives. I got Pennington in the fight. She's going to retain the belt. She's going to win. She's going to pull her wife in and say, look, I got the belt. I can bring the money in. Okay? I'm the woman of the house. Ah, man. Tecia Pennington. It's like, not that I don't like her, right? But, man, I think she's not going to win that fight. We already broke that down. But anyway, Raquel Pennington's the pick. I'm not afraid of the Juliana Pena wrestling threat, and she's a better striker on the feet, Pennington is. If you want to get crazy and you want to fade me, by all means, go ahead. Take Pena by sub or Pena by decision. You're going to get plus money for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Pennington is the pick with confidence. My hometown hero, okay? Coming through, going to win the belt. Why don't they bring a fight to Denver and let her be the main event there? By the way, that last UFC Denver card sucked. And that's why I didn't go. Otherwise, I would have went. Anyway, the last fight on the card, the one everybody is excited about, Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. What's Khalil's nickname? The Warhorse. That's a pretty fucking cool nickname. Alex Pereira's nickname, Poltani. I mean, he has a fucking bunch of nicknames, right? Jama. Guys, I think we all know who everybody's pick is and what everybody's analysis is, and it's all going to be the same. Alex Pereira is the pick by knockout or by decision. Probably by knockout, let's be honest. And Khalil Rountree, who is on a good fighting win streak. I don't know how he got this title fight, to be honest with you. It's crazy how he got this title fight. I think he's only ranked 7th or 8th in this division. Am I tripping? What is he ranked? Maybe it'll tell me on here. It doesn't tell me his rank. Man, whatever. He's like 5th to 8th. Somewhere in between there. Anywho. Alex Pereira with the left hook. Come on now. That shit's bound to happen. Or a fucking foot kick to the face. This guy is different, man. Not only is he fighting the elite of the elitist, he is knocking these motherfuckers out, okay? This shit ain't lasting long. He's fighting as much as fucking Kevin Holland has. He's fighting damn near 4 times a year. Can we all thank Alex Pereira for saving these main cards for us and putting on some great knockout highlights? Man, this guy is different, dog. And he's 37. The reach advantage, the height advantage. He is a beast. He's stronger. He's more powerful. That left hook is different, guys. The pick's Alex Pereira. Let's not fuck around here. If you got some big, heavy balls, some big, heavy metal balls, then pick Khalil Rountree. Pick him. By KO or by decision. This fight is staying on the feet. There's no way there's going to be any wrestling. I think between these two, I think I saw a stat. Between these two, they have 1 takedown attempt. Is that not fucking wild? Alex Pereira by KO. Get the fuck out of here, guys. That's the pick. And that's all the picks. So, let's write them down. Tim Means. Carla Esparza. Ryan Spann. Austin Hubbard, who is also from Colorado. I didn't mention that. Another edge. Cesar Almeida. I think this is how you spell it. Iasmine Lucindo. Joaquin Buckley. Roman Dolidze. Kayla Harrison. Jose Aldo. Raquel Pennington. And none other than Alex Pereira. Now, I'm hoping the champions don't fuck us, because the last couple of main cards we've had, the champions have screwed us over. I'm sorry. Guys. I've put together some shitty main card picks, but I've been killing the fucking early prelims and the prelims, so it makes up for it. But this is where we get everything right. We're going to have a killer fucking card here, so let's move on to the bets section. Everyone's favorite section, right? Bets. Best bets. Time to bet your motherfucking money on what? UFC. Let's go. Okay. Might be my next track there, guys. You never know. I make music. All right. First pick with confidence and my favorite bet on this card. Get it while you can, because I think this number is going to go up. Raquel Pennington. Minus 163. We're putting 1.25 units on it. Yes, it's a little chalky, but I got faith. I have confidence. That's why I lay the chalk, because I'm going to get some money back. 1.25 units on Pennington at minus 163. We move on to the next bet. Another bet I have confidence in. Pereira plus Buckley. Minus 115. Pretty good odds. We're throwing a unit on it. I already went over the Pereira. I think it's pretty much a lock. And right when I say that, he'll lose, right? And then you can combine it with Buckley. Get those odds a little bit better for us at minus 115. Now, those are my most 2 confident plays and my best bets there. So I'll separate it with a space. These are all going to be half unit plays or below. Now, I'm going to preface this, all right? These are all plus money, okay? So we really only need 2 or 3 of these half unit plays to cash for us to ultimately make money on the half unit plays. But I'd love for all of them to hit, right? Most of my small unit plays on the last card hit. So it's crazy. The ones I have most confidence in usually go 50-50. Look, these 2 bets there are good. But anyway, we got Jose Aldo plus 130, half a unit. Oh, dog barking. Dogs are barking, boys. Next one, Dolidze. We got this at plus 140. Throw half a unit on it. Next bet, Lucindo plus Almeida. We got that at plus 104. Throw half a unit on it. My little Brazilian parlay. Aldo's also a Brazilian. You know I love them. Dolidze, I think he can get it done over Kevin Holland. Now, next bet, Carla Esparza. Unfortunately, I'm picking against Raquel Pennington's wife, and I'm also betting against Raquel Pennington's wife, so I'm sorry. Plus 150. Throw a half unit on it. We like it. We like it. We move on. Now, I am scared on this one. This might be something you probably don't want to play. I'm still going to do it because I don't care. Tim Means, the heavy favorite, the heavy old favorite, going against the other old guy, plus Kayla Harrison. We got it at minus 154. Throw a half unit on it. So those are all of my official bets at the moment. I was peeping Austin Hubbard at plus 180, but I can't bet him anywhere because that fight's not on any of the books at the moment. So these are all the bets here. Take them in. Do what you want with them. Again, I play them every single week. I have money on every single one of these bets here. Okay, guys, this is real money I'm laying down on these guys right here. So if you've gotten this far, I appreciate you watching this whole dang video, all of my picks and my breakdowns and all the bets here. Let's make this cash, guys. Let's ride off the success we had last week. Let's move it to this week. Let's continue to fuck these books up. I'm here with you to make money and pick good winning fights, okay? That's my job. And that's what I do. Young Pastey, a.k.a. the White Boy Wonder. Your whiteness is out. I appreciate the support. Thank you, guys.